Hey guys, William here with Patriot Containers. You know, if you're finding my channel for the first time, great. If you're a subscriber, great. I know my videos are repetitive. I do it for a reason. All my videos are exposing the cargo container industry, so to show you how these criminal sales companies get away with their sales, with their lies, with every failure that they do, but then totally screw their customers over in the end. I used to work for companies like that. I started my business because I wanted to do something different, and I've been doing this for 11 years on my own. I used to sell containers for bad companies 13 years ago. So if you've seen my videos, I show you how these container companies get away with it, what they're doing wrong, and how you're totally screwed. The fact is, though, once you've gone with a Pinocchio rookie company, it's already too late because they're going to charge you a cancellation fee, because they're going to charge you a restocking fee, because they're going to keep your delivery money. They have every avenue covered in their terms and conditions, so whatever they screw up on, they don't have to be accountable or lose a penny on you other than you losing thousands of dollars. So if you're watching my videos and you go with one of these companies, it's too late. You've already committed to an order and on their terms and conditions for them to do everything wrong to you, and you're going to pay for it. It's wrong. Plain and simple. It's really wrong. That's the whole point of my YouTube channel now. But, you know, I don't make these videos so you can call me. I make these videos to help you. And I'm the only one on YouTube doing it. Literally, none of these companies want to be exposed. None of these companies have ever been called out in the history of cargo container sales. They might expose scams where a scam is where they steal your money and you don't get any container. A bad company is where you were lied to, you get a horrible product delivered someday, and every step of the way you've been lied to, and they've provided the worst service you could ever imagine. And if you don't like your container, you're screwed because you're going to either A, be stuck with that crappy container, or B, lose thousands of dollars. So if they already got your order, it's too late for you. But how do you beat them at their own game? I just made a video on why these sales reps tell you 7 to 10 days, but then they take months to deliver. But once they have your order, it's too late anyways. It doesn't matter. So you're at the mercy of that company. Well, how do you be smarter than the Pinocchio rookie companies? Because they're not smart. They're actually very stupid sales reps. I've talked to these people on the phone. They're dumb. They don't know what they're talking about. They've been selling containers for like 6 months, and they like their commissions, and they don't give a shit about their customers at all. So how do you beat them? Well, when you're ordering a container, you should know the day your container is going to arrive when you're placing an order. You really should. A good company will schedule your container when you're placing an order. Before, actually, to be honest, to beat them at their own game, you should know your delivery date before. So step number 1, you need to have that sales rep that's telling you 7 to 10 days. You need to ask for the driver's phone number or tell them, hey, I want to hear the driver speaking with you on the phone. Now, can they play a trick and just call an employee and act like they're talking to a driver? Yeah, they can do that. But if you guys get these, if you're smarter than these sales reps, you can get them in a situation to where they don't know with what they're doing, and they're going to panic. How many? I talk to some people, and it's very, very rare I talk to somebody that goes, hey, I want a good container that's actually cargo worthy. I don't want wind and watertight. And I'm going, wow, like, how are you so smart? Like, I'm surprised you know this. They go, well, we've been shopping around for months. So that customer's smart. A lot of people, I don't want to say they're dumb. I just don't think that they know with what they're getting into. Well, the Pinocchio rookie companies have everything handled to where whatever you say, they got an answer. And it's going to make it sound like they're the best company in the world and they're actually the worst company in the world. So before you place your order, you should say, hey, look, I need to know what day my container is arriving. If they can't answer that, that's probably a red flag that you're probably, whatever date whatever estimated time of arrival is probably not going to happen. If they can't answer that question with what day your container is going to arrive, that's a big red flag. You should say, hey, before I place this order, I want to talk to the driver. I'd like to talk to the driver and actually call the driver and see with what day he has open on the schedule. Now, is the company going to actually schedule it? See, these companies, just like like bad company, good company, I have to call a driver literally and say, hey, what day do you have open on the schedule? And he goes, oh, I can do it this day. Let me call my customer to find out that day is good. If it's great, we're good. We're on the schedule. Then I need to get a release number for the specific container that I sold to that customer. So when my driver gets there, he has a release number. It's attached to a size and it's attached to the condition that the container is in that I've sold my customer, and all my paperwork matches. Once I get a release number from the depot and then the shipping line sends me a release number, now I can send my driver an email and saying, hey, on the schedule, you have this order. You need to pick up from here. The doors need to be to the cab. Doors need to be toward the back. And here's all my customers' information. They're going to be paying you this much cash, or they prepaid, and you need to invoice me. And then your container will be actually be arriving on the right day that you were told in the beginning. These companies just don't do that. So how do you address it before you give them an order? Well, you can demand that you know the delivery date. If they can't answer it, red flag. If they give you an ETA, red flag. If they tell you that you're gonna get a call from somebody after your order, red flag. If you say, hey, I'd like to speak with this driver, and they say, oh, no, sorry, sir, you can't do that, red flag. The difference with that versus this is when you call me and you go, hey, I want to know the day my container is going to arrive. Before you even place an order, I will hop on the phone with another phone while you're on speaker and my driver's on speaker and go, hey, what day do you have open on the schedule? And you're going to hear my driver tell me the soonest date he has available to deliver your container. Now, some people want their containers the next day. Well, I will deliver in the next day if my driver has it open on the schedule, but 95% of the time, next day is not available. So a lot of these companies say, oh, for the month of October, we have next day delivery on every order. That's a lie. That you're not getting a container in the next day. So you got to be smarter than these idiot sales reps that you're talking to that really have no clue. They know how to sell something, but they don't know the back end of the business. So you need to keep asking these questions and putting them on the spot and watch them crumble, because they're not going to know how to handle it. They're going to handle it like rookies, like I'm warning you about. But here's the number one dead giveaway. And I've mentioned this in my past videos. I've read all the terms and conditions on these companies. They have a system from the very start to the very end on every mistake that they make, every lie that they've told you, everything that they plan on doing to you is totally covered in their terms and conditions, so they don't have to be accountable for any wrongdoings that they plan on doing to you. So, if you want to give me an order, I'll take it. If you don't want to give me an order, that's fine. My help is free, and you can always call me. You'd be surprised on how many people I actually help, and I don't even get their order, because it's you're doing with what's right. And that's it. I do with what's right for people. That's the whole point of my videos, is exposing and how to protect customers from not getting ripped off. But a lot of these companies, once they got you, it's too late. You fell for every hook, line, and sinker that they told you to take your money, and you're trapped. And you can't get out. Unless you want to lose money or keep a crappy container that's delivered someday. That's unfortunately how this industry is now, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And again, I'm the only one talking about it. But I've read and I've studied their terms and conditions so much, where what I did is I came up with what's called a customer protection agreement. Now, this is a document that you can fill out your information, and it is 100%. It's 3 pages when you print it. It's 100% a document that you can print, or I can send it to you, and you can send it to these companies and tell them, hey, I have a customer protection agreement. This protects me in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end of any wrongdoing that could happen to me. Will you sign this? And it literally strips the companies from all their rights and all their terms and conditions of what they can do to you to screw you guys over. And it basically, a 100% refund guarantee and a protection clause. Waiver of restocking fee and cancellation fees. You have the right to inspect your container and the delivery conditions before you sign something that accepts a crappy container. They will trick you when they get on there on delivery. So it's got everything covered to protect you as a buyer. The only catch here is, number one, the company must sign this. I highly doubt if a company ever read this. They don't believe in their own company so much that the Pinocchio rookie companies will never ever sign this. They won't. And so if you present this document to them, say, hey, I want to give you my business. I want you to sign this, which strips all your rights of terms and conditions and puts the power back to me as a buyer. Will you sign this? And if you do, I'll give you my business. I almost guarantee you those companies will never sign this. They won't. And you need to understand that if you're dealing with a company that reads this and they won't sign it, you got to question yourself, what's their intentions, okay? The only catch, though, is you must pay by credit card. You have to. Even if they charge 3%, who cares? See, the credit card, it actually protects you as a buyer because your funds are at a processing department for 6 months. You have 6 months to dispute the charges on your card. So let's say they take forever to deliver and they have a cancellation fee. Well, you can cancel, and if they have signed this, you can send it over and reverse the charges on your card. And once they try to keep the cancellation fee, boom, you got this. You send it over and you get 100% of your refund or all your money back on your card or debit card. Let's say they bring you out a horrible container and you refuse it on the delivery. I'm not keeping that. They're going to try to tell you every hook, line, and sinker to have that driver drop off that container so the driver can leave. They want you to be stuck with that container because they know the longer you trust them, the worse it gets. So you must pay by credit card. But if you have your hands on this document and the company has actually signed it and they bring you out a horrible container, refuse the container. Send it back and say, I don't want this. This thing is ugly. You misled me. You totally lied to me. I don't want this. Get it off my property. Now you can send this over to you and do the reverse charges, and they're going to fight it. They're going to say that they have terms and conditions on their website to keep your delivery money, a restocking fee, and a cancellation fees. Now, so in the beginning, it was just a cancellation fee. Well, it's waived with this. If they bring you out a bad container, you lose restocking fee, delivery money, and then cancellation fee. With this signed, they can't get any of it. You send it over to your credit card company via email. Boom, you get all your money back. They're screwed. If they do sign this and then they promise that you can get a full refund within 30, 60, 90 days, and then they have to come get the container, you can make them come get the container and you don't lose anything. So it's something that I've designed. I haven't been talking about this for a while, but it is something where I think if you guys got your hands on this document and actually sent it to these companies, they would not sign it. You want to know why? It's because it protects you as a buyer and it doesn't protect them. If you read their terms and conditions, their terms and condition protects them from every step of the way of everything that they can do to you. They can, they will, or they plan to. And I don't think those companies will sign this. I just don't. The heck else was I gonna say? But I run my business in such an honest, ethical way that I don't have cancellation fees. I don't have restocking fees. I sell good containers and I show up on the right day. If I do the job right, the customer's happy. So I don't need to say all that stuff to take your money. But if you're asking me if I would sign this, the answer is yes, because I don't have anything to worry about. My customers come first and my business comes last. So if I fail at anything, it's you're going to get 100% refund anyways. So, but yeah, if you guys ever want this, I don't want to give out my cell phone number over YouTube, and I don't want to give out my email over YouTube, but you can call me, and I'm the least pushy salesperson you'll ever talk to. I'm here to help you. I'll talk to you for an hour and not even ask you for a sale. That's the person I am. That's the business that I run. And if you want to call me and go, hey, William, I want to get my hands on that customer protection agreement. I plan on buying from this company. I will gladly email this to you. And I want to know the outcome of the Pinocchio rookie companies when they see this and you send it to them. Because to be honest, I don't think they're going to sign it. And then you have to question yourself, why won't you sign this? So anyways, beat them at their own game, guys. Be smarter than them. These sales reps are stupid people, really stupid people. I've talked to them on the phone. They're dumb. And they don't know what they're talking about. So anyways, guys, that's it. Y'all have a good one. It's Friday. I'm going to have me some beers today, I think. I got a long weekend with children's stuff and all kinds of stuff. So I like to have a day where I don't do much. So anyways, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.